election, Owodunni resigned from the PDP and withdrew from the contest in letters delivered to the PDP, swore an affidavit of voluntary withdrawal from the race. However, when PDP received Owodunni's resignation and withdrawal notices, PDP had written to INEC in an attempt to replace him. However, INEC refused the replacement and retained Owodunni as the recognized candidate and then issued him a certificate of return. During the tribunal hearing, Owodunni narrated how he was kidnapped and forced to sign the withdrawal letters and affidavit. Now, on their part, Counsel Sobukanla and the APC confronted him with contrary evidence, showing that Owodunni was freely campaigning for the APC after withdrawing from the race. This was followed by a video evidence in which Owodunni said, as far as this local government is concerned, PDP does not have a candidate in Ikenne local government. I still remain the bona fide PDP candidate and I willingly withdraw my mandate that I no longer have any dealings with them. These pieces of evidence led to Owodunni's claim of duress and the court held that Owodunni truly withdrew from the race at the tribunal. The Court of Appeal panel comprising of Honorable Justice Larissa Ngolika Oji Abadua, Honorable Justice Mohammed Baba Idris, and Honorable Justice Hadiza Rabiu Shagari upheld Owodunni withdrawal and return by INEC were set aside. Now, if this is what some of this tribunal or the appellate courts have been doing, I believe that a lot of I believe a lot of Nigerians will have a better clarity and more confidence in the Nigerian judiciary. This is a supposed PDP candidate who withdrew from the race, joined the APC, probably thinking that is where there is light, that's where the victory abounds. But incidentally, it didn't work out, because these guys, the PDP, had enough evidence in their kits showing where he withdrew and all of that. But the appellate court says, hey, give this to Sobukanla because he's the rightful person who won the election. I'd like to have your reaction to this, please.
It is just the double standard that is dominant among our political actors. And to a large extent, it is not good and should be discouraged. Owodunni did not foresee himself winning the election. Perhaps he might have attended a meeting where they showed him the game plan. Oh boy, this is what is going to happen. So if you are there, you are wasting your time and your money. And he might in one way or the other have been compensated for accepting to withdraw, which he did. Court of Appeal is upholding that he actually withdrew voluntarily. But look at him trying to falsify issues here, telling us that he wrote those resignation under duress or whatever, and even the affidavit he swore and all that. So, but look at the judgment of Court of Appeal here as sound and clean, because no man will hear this. You know, to a large extent, our judicial council or the Nigerian judiciary made us to disbelieve everything they do. But look at this. A common man who hears this story can be able to say this is this and this is that. And look at the court coming to say, no, if you resigned, though you won the election, but you have resigned even before the election. So the next runner-up should take over, which is now given to APC. So I think it is the right of the APC to obtain the certificate of return and not the PDP as is it Owodunni or whatever I was trying to claim. Yes, he has seen the victory. Now he wants to turn around to take lick his vomit and reap where he did not sow. No, you have sold off your party as many others did. So since you have sold them off, you claim you are the bona fide candidate and you have withdrawn voluntarily. They should vote APC. They have voted you, or give it to APC. And that should serve as a deterrent to other political players who might in one way want to play double game. If you are A, stand with A. If you are B, stand with B. And not you are neither here nor there to the man. Let that go. And let the APC man rejoice in his victory given to him by God.
We hope that Owodunni of PDP can get the message. Now, the New Nigeria People's Party heads to Supreme Court demanding the court set aside the judgment that sacked Abba Yusuf from office as the governor of Kano State. The NNPP, in a 10th ground of appeal filed by the party's team of lawyers comprising of 8 senior advocates of Nigeria, led by Chief Adeboyega Awomolo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, maintained that the judgment the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal delivered against its candidate on November 17 was perverse. NNPP is asking the Apex Court to nullify the entire judgment of the Appellate Court, except the final conclusion at page 67 of the duly certified true copy thereof, including other as to the cost of favorable to the appellant, to which the judgment of the tribunal in petition between All Progressive Congress versus Independent National Electoral Commission and 2 others delivered on the 20th of September 2023 is hereby set aside. The further urged the Supreme Court to sustain a portion of the Appellate Court's judgment where it was written that the sum of 1 million naira was awarded in its favor and against the APC candidate Nasiru Gawuna. According to the NNPP, justices of the Court of Appeal erred in law and occasioned a grave miscarriage of justice to the prejudice of the appellants. According to the party, the decision of the tribunal on the issue of party membership was not challenged in the instance appealed to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal reviewed and reversed the tribunal's judgment that went in favor of the appellants and first respondents on issue of party membership when no ground of the appeal or issue was formulated to warrant such a review. The party further argued that the appellate courts lacked the jurisdiction to delve into issue of non-qualification of first respondents, as Governor Yusuf, on which there was no appeal before the Court of Appeal in the instance appeal. Allegation of presenting an unqualified candidate to contest election is an infraction for which a political party is liable to a fine of 10 million naira where properly raised and established. The allegation of presenting an unqualified candidate to contest election being criminal offense could not be raised and determined suo motu on appeal as the Court of Appeal did. We have listened to several judgment cases. One thing was clear. When it comes to Abba Yusuf, no, 2 things. From the tribunal where he was first sacked, there are issues that seem not. Did the NNPP candidate supporter vote wrongly? No answer. If they vote wrongly, that makes it invalid. If the man who should sign the result sheet didn't sign the result sheet, why is Yusuf being and his people and his supporters being punished if they did what they should do? If the law is failing them, shouldn't the courts that is custodian of the law make it right to ensure that that shouldn't happen? Then they went to the appeal. In the appeal, you are saying that he didn't follow the rules. Meanwhile, we have heard you talk about how this in different court cases on this same in this same 2023, how that is a pre-election matter. So now they have gone to the Supreme Court demanding for justice. I'd like to have your take on this. Do you think that justice is going to come to the NNPP, looking at what we have seen so far?
When it comes to Nigerian judiciary, we know nothing. And attempting to know something could become a criminal offense. And you see, the issue in Kano, if you listen to Dino Melaye, he said that Kano was given to NNPP, just as Lagos was given to Labour. So, and who was doing the giving? The APC that rigged the nationwide election. But look at it. APC have been using the court if INEC said that they didn't sign it, INEC, the ones you've signed that were altered, have you been able to accept them? That could have nullified some of the sitting governors, even the president. But INEC has confused matters, and they are using the judiciary to play their game, and it is working for them. So, to Yusuf, well, if you tell me that you are not aware of this game, I will doubt you. So you are aware of it. The same game you people are playing is coming back against you. So you can go to Supreme Court, but check out which Supreme Court will judge this matter. there's a way they will handle this matter. They will be contradicting themselves in their judgment between Obi and Atiku. So, but let's watch how it will be. They have taken a right step to go to Supreme Court. So, let's see if Supreme Court will nullify the judgment of Appeal Court, or they will uphold it. We are watching in Nigeria. This is, if I may call it, a comedy stage. So we watch, we laugh, we frown, we cry, and life goes on.
All right. Let's look at this real quick. The Court of Appeal Chief Registrar of the Chief Registrar Omar Mohammed Bangari explains controversy surrounding the certified true copy of the judgment delivered by the court on the Kano gubernatorial election dispute. The appellate court, in reaction to the controversy, said that what happened in the judgment body was a clerical error that did not in any way invalidate or change the findings and conclusion of the court. It further assured that the clerical error will be rectified once parties in the matter file a FAMOC application to that effect. The Chief Registrar further drew the attention of the media to Order 23 Rule 4 of the Court of Appeal Handbook, which empowers the court to correct any clerical error once detected by the court or any of the parties in the matter. He said what happened in the part of the judgment is just a mere clerical error that ought not to draw any issue. The court is empowered to correct such clerical errors, which would be done as appropriate. According to Wangari, the appellate court's position, following misgivings and a series of interpretations into the judgment, which upheld the governorship election petition tribunal that invalidated the election of Kabir Yusuf of the New Nigeria's party as winner of the March 18 governorship election. There are some things that when you read it and look at, like how when you're delirious, when you're sick and you have these drugs being pumped into you and you're not conscious. You're awake, but you're not conscious. That state of being, that's how it feels sometimes. You recall the incident with the Supreme Presidential Tribunal, CTC of the Presidential Tribunal, where you were seeing APC and APC on it, and the story was story. I do not know how bulky. I've not seen the hard copy of the document. I've not even seen the soft copy. I don't know how bulky this document is for you to make such a terrible error. And CNNPP has gone to the Supreme Court with it. And that's the one they are pointing at in the conversation we had earlier, where they are saying that they want everything upturned except for the parts where he said that they won the election. So I don't know. Listen, these are like sensitive public documents. Before you came to make, what are you saying? Before you came to make that announcement, to read the ruling from the appeal court, for crying out loud, the document is already from that document that you made the declarations that Gawuna is a rightful governor, isn't it? How now did you make such a grave error? Before then, they were demanding that you hadn't released this, that you need to release this document because they needed to file their appeal to the Supreme Court. I'd just like to bring you in here because sometimes even now it looks like I'm delirious. I don't get this.
There is a common balance that says, book does not lie. But you see the registrar of appeal court telling us that the error was a mere, see how he cheapened it. A mere clerical error. A mere clerical error in a judicial matter. That's when I talk against our rulers, it will seem as if I'm just being against them I'm just being antagonistic. I'm not. Oh, even Pilate of the then Roman government said that whatever is written is written. If you had written this thing, which I believe that as Court of Appeal, as well learned and as well organized they are, before this document will be made public, more than one person must have read through it. And they read through it, they understood it, they upheld it, and they handed it over to the public. Now that they have made it public, and public are coming to say, this is what we've seen, this is what, public is coming to say, this is what we've seen, this is what we've seen, and you're calling it a mere clerical error. And you're also pointing a part of the Constitution that permits you to correct an error. The question is, to what extent did the Constitution permit the court to correct a clerical error to revisit again and perhaps clarify issues in that area? Because that's where this man is trying to hang himself to, stand to begin to say what he's saying, which to me is just funny. It's just funny. But if the Court of Appeal, as lofty as they are, as honorable as they are, can make this kind of blunder, you now see that we've lost it all. When we say we don't have confidence in judiciary again, we know what we are saying and we are standing on it. There are several things we know that we don't need to say on air, otherwise we weaken the hearts of many. So we are pleading with them. Whoever made the mistake should be brought to book. Let the person face the law. And if not, let what has been written stand. And let the NNPP use it for their own advantage in Supreme Court. And all those people, all the lawyers, those who have the copy, shouldn't return it to the court as they are demanding. Rather, let it be presented in Supreme Court.
Well, it has already been presented at the Supreme Court. Now, one of the lawyers in it, Obi's Kambo Kutupe, and I want to recite some things, has condemned and said, in fact, Okutupe said, one of the national television where he's been interviewed, said that the Supreme Court have taken Nigeria from the 20th century to the 13th century as a result of the shoddiness that has been seen out of the issues that they have deliberated. I think he made that statement on Arise TV. I think yesterday, too, Professor Chidi Odinkanu of the former Human Rights Commission chairperson, also on this same matter of the controversy surrounding the clerical error, held the opinion that there is no way anyone would tell him that that was an error. Femi Falana too, I think on one of the national televisions as well, raised the issue when he also said that what they are calling clerical error is actually the real thing. That's actually the real judgment. Because I bring this back again to everyone, not just to the guest who is listening right now. If you can, care to explain to us how in God's holy word, or in Nigeria, in Nigeria's word, this is a document with which you declare that Gawuna is the rightful governor of Kano State. You have prepared this document. That is what you came to read to the public. How did you now, at what point did you make the mistake? At what point was the judgment changed? That a part of the judgment is basically talking about what was and all of that and now that. So basically, I don't know. How do we begin to manage this and accept this to be the reality?
When the educated claims ignorant, let the uneducated pick up the wisdom. Because this thing is funny. I keep on saying it. If you say that this is a clerical error, please accept that you have erred. Therefore, every judgment you gave should be nullified. Let the judgment be nullified. You erred. Whatever prompted your error, whether your village people, witches and wizards, or whatever prompted it, should be to the advantage of NNPP. And let Gawuna go and relax, knowing that he didn't play his card well. Because telling us that this thing is a mere clerical error, and because of that, Nigerians should allow you to play with us, play with our destiny, play with the people's mandate. No, I don't understand that. So they have erred, In fact, now that they have gone to Supreme Court, let Supreme Court, for the sake of this utterance of the Registrar of Appeal Court, nullify that judgment. And let the man who they gave it to continue, the NNPP man, the Yusuf.
Just for clarity's sake, let's quickly wrap it up again. Yusuf and his followers who voted him did not do anything wrong at the tribunal ruling, because it was the tribunal came up to say it's not that Yusuf and his followers voted wrongly. So INEC now declared that was 65,000 votes invalid. No. But actually, INEC